requested a skin? I can check which one it was, but let me know. All right, we're going to go ahead and get this game started. I finally finished my butterfly skin, Evo skin. Give me 1 second. Let's get this going. All right. So again, we have Team Supreme versus TZN. TZN is the TheZelphNation. Zelf is on that team, fellow streamer as well. Make sure to give him a follow. And with that being said, we got Aram being shown. We have Kresht and Marja being banned out. We have Chugnar, Malik, and also Baby Groot. And already we got Jannar getting shown, but instead may actually show this Ignis and picks up the Ignis. So definitely a newer hero, something that a lot of people need to go with. It looks like he is the new meta. Like with the buffs that he got, he is very, very strong at this point. But we have not seen it just yet. We haven't seen the overpowered as far as in the tournaments yet, but I'm sure that it's very possible. All right. So Zelf going with the Liliana, and it looks like picking up the Wukong as well. We have Zephys and Mina being chosen. So I do love so much that they lowered these times. It's really gets this thing going. All right, and it looks like Pura and also Gilder. So I do like those two heroes together. The AoE stuns that those two have are just so crazy. All right, and then we're going over and we see the Velheim on Active Frost and Roxy being shown. And it looks like Yorn being picked. Man, what fast picks. I love the new pick phase. So good. So good. Other than the minute per person, it is now less than 20 seconds on each person just picking their heroes that they want. I love it. All right. So 30 seconds and we'll get this game going. Again, this is Team, what is it again? Supreme. So Team Supreme versus Zelf. So normally we see Private Dancer on this team, but we do see Active Frost as well on that team. So it looks like they possibly are changing their lineup. Not sure if maybe because certain heroes couldn't or certain players couldn't make it, but yeah, we'll go from there. But Zelf always more of a mid type of player, not a surprise there. All right, and we are getting into the game, so nothing abnormal to see out of all of this. Still, these badges are a little odd to see, but looks like they are in the more bronze category, or silver. I'm sorry. No, that is the bronze badge, is not? Maybe I'm wrong. It's really hard to tell with the new colors. They have to be in the higher silver one. I think it's the higher version of that, and then it's this one. I'm pretty sure, but yeah. All right, boys. Here we go. Game number 1, Zelf versus Team Supreme. Zelf is on that red side, Team Supreme on the blue. They are rushing out of the base, trying to get some eyes out on these jungles. All right, and we are already starting to see some back and forth. We see Pura and Zelf trying to throw some skills out onto to Ignis. Ignis trying his best, throwing out some abilities, getting some of these creeps. And look at this. We have some pressure going onto the blue buff, but just not enough to really to do anything. It was kind of more of a waste of time, maybe possible just to see where he was starting. If they would have been able to get up there, possibly just like the red, if they could have walked up to the red, they would have easily have gotten that kill. Ignis trying to throw out as much damage as possible onto Zelph. Zelph backing away, only taking about half damage there during that exchange. Pura was pretty close by, so in no threat of danger. Down on bottom, but look at this. A big initiation, and they are going to pop. Oh, they backed off. And look at that. They really could have taken him out, especially with Mina being there. But they chose to back off. So Active Frost now half life, low man on the totem pole. Does have 3 heroes around him, but look at this. Zephys, very close, jumping in, going to ult both of them. That is going to be a double kill pickup for Zephys. And now look at this. Zelph now needing to run away from this. Mr. Wukong is in mid, but choosing to run up to top to possibly get the Sentinel. Roxy is half-life, so not doing as great as we would expect for a Roxy versus a Gilder, but that Gilder is really putting in some work up on top. Dragon Beam picked up for this blue team. Very good pickup. So right now, blue is in charge of this game. They definitely have the money at this point, and it is an uphill battle for this red team if they do not pick up a kill here shortly. Look at this. Zephys rotating to mid is going to probably chase both these heroes out, and Pura now backing off, double checking, and oh my god, I don't know what Wukong was doing. I think he was trying to pick up the blue buff, but does get caught with his pants down and is taken out. All right, so now we have Velheim running back down the bottom, Mina close by, and look at how far back Yorn has to be. Yorn has to stay that far back, or else it's just going to be a nightmare for him to try to get away from Mina. All right. Again, I'm not sure what you can do with this Yorn. Yorn is so exposed. I think Pura needs to spend some quality time down here with Yorn at this point. And you can now see that they're rotating down on bottom. They're going to run straight into Mina. Mina almost getting stunned, which could have been the end of her life. With those amount of stuns, I think would have been good. Zelph coming down does almost take some of his creep wave, which he really needs at this point. Any last hits would be amazing. There was a little bit of an initiation up on top, but Gilder was able to get out of there. So Gilder is the odd choice out of everything. I do like the blue team's team setup a little bit better. But, oh, Pura actually getting hooked by the Mina. Mina is taking quite a bit of damage from the Liliana. But they are able to back off. Look at the red team smelling blood in the water, and they are coming quickly to try to clean up any kind of kills that were there. Looks like Ignis does get initiated on, but was able to flicker away. He's not going to have that at this point to be able to... he's not going to have that at this point now, so he really needs to play a little bit more careful. The dragon is up. Red team is in position looking at it, and so is the blue team. Look at this. You can see Zephys very close to finishing off that red and will be in hot pursuit. And this is what I'm talking about. He doesn't have the ability to get out of that position. And look at this, Mina doing a great job. Was able to get Zelph pretty low, but just wasn't able to finish him off. Ignis did finish off the Pura, and Yorn was taken out as well as Velheim and Mina for the blue team. Blue team does pick up the dragon and is looking very good. And look at this. Zeph is so tanky. You can see that he does not want to deal with it, and Wukong is taken out and is killed. Zeph is his passive. Every time he loses a percent in life, he gets percent in armor. Not a percent, I'm sorry. A flat damage in armor. And it makes him so... I'm sorry. Every time he loses a percent, he does take percent less damage. So he is a very tough champion to kill. Probably one of the best passives in the game. And a all-around amazing jungler. Gilder has had complete control of this top lane. Complete control of this top lane. And oh, look at this. We now seeing Pura trying to get out of a bad situation. Mina is rocking and ready to go with that ult and that hook ability. Or pull ability, I should say. And they're looking to possibly go for this Yorn. Look at that. Charging up the abilities. Hoping to get a stun. If they would have got a stun shuriken from the Velheim, I think that would have been a full-on engage for sure. Red team did initiate up to top, but they weren't able to go in onto Roxy. Blue team now going back over to mid. And look at this back and forth. It is a very much a ranged game. That's why Wukong is having such a hard time, and why Zephys is actually able to go through and win most of this. Oh, Active Frost actually getting initiated onto by Wukong and literally takes him out by himself with little to no help from the Yorn. And now, look at this, the blue team reacting to this red team. 4 red team members there going on to that Mina. Mina is taken out. Zephys is just completely wrecked. And Ignis just not able to do the damage that he really was hoping to, and is going to have to back out. So that is basically a 3-for-none exchange. Gilder up on top, taking a little bit of damage from the tower. And that is about it. The red team now picking up their first dragon. And this is what we needed. So a great execution of team play there by that red team. And blue really overextended. That's not what you want in a team fight, to be fighting 4 heroes while you only have 2. When your hero just died on bottom, especially a Velheim. All right, looking around the map, we can definitely see that Mina has been absolutely everywhere. If Mina doesn't have all of the kills on her, or I'm sorry, the assists on her side, I'd be surprised. And she's only missing 1, and it's due to her being dead. So she is utterly everywhere. And you can see that this red team is pushing up on top, trying to get in onto that Roxy, but it is going to be next to impossible to kill her, and possibly get a kill if she was able to take that Wukong into that tower. Wukong now having to lick his wounds, gonna back out. And let's check on bottom. Zephys and Velheim are able to take out the tower and also Yorn. Yorn is having a heck of a game. He is able to get the kills, but man, is he struggling to stay alive. You can see Velheim now throwing out the stun, saved it, and that's going to be Zelf on that Liliana taken out as well. So blue doing some great rotations of them, as we were talking about how good red was doing. Blue answers right back with a rotation from bottom to mid, taking out both towers and a hero in each lane. So it is a 9-5 in favor of this blue team. 2 dragons, 2 towers. Red team only has 1 tower or 1 dragon. No towers at all. And in 30 seconds, another dragon is going to spawn. And this is where things are going to get very interesting. All right. So blue team does see that the dragon did spawn. It is going to morph in about 10 seconds. If they were going to do it, they missed their chance. They don't know where the red team is. And they're choosing to play very safe. Looks like they want to wait for it to morph and then possibly initiate onto it. And sure enough, that's exactly what they're doing. And look at this, an early enraged abyssal dragon. This is 4 heroes down on this dragon. Gilder very close, but the only hero that's going to be able to possibly contest this. Could he throw out a stun that gets it? And no, he does not. Zeph is now picking up the Darkslayer buff. And during that, the red team did take out the top tower, but was not able to kill anyone through that. Ignis now getting initiated on by Wukong. Wukong getting melted after that. The blue team does a great job rotating, and it's really starting to show. You can see how Ignis was in trouble. They were all pretty close, and they just were able to come out of every bush to stop this red team from killing him. Active Foss needs to be careful. May be overextending. Great job dodging that ability. Pura getting initiated on by the Mina, but will back off as well. So if you are the blue team, I'm really not sure what you do at this point. Possibly push either one of the outside lanes, put some pressure onto it, but during that, the mid is so cleared out now, it's going to be a little difficult. This top tower does need to die, so that could be where they put a lot of their assets. But with the red team now seeing 2 heroes up top, is in a huge rotation mode and is trying to rotate ahead of this blue team. Wukong going in onto Ignis. Ignis actually getting killed right there. Gilder doing a great job. Gilder's so close to the entire enemy team. Could have dove in and got it if he knew that they were in that bush. That would have been huge. Velheim doing a great job pushing. Like, it's just push after push for this blue team. Keep them on the fence, and that's exactly what they need to be doing. This is going to be an easy tower kill for Velheim. Velheim should continue to push. They are going for the Darkslayer, and if this blue team does find that out, they are going to be able to play very aggressive, but they don't know. They have no idea where the red team is, but they're choosing to back off anyways just to play safe. Red team picks that up with 0 contested. Roxy's in a very bad spot. But look at this, Zephys on his way trying to save Roxy, and will possibly, I thought he was going to stun Wukong. While that's going on, you can see that a big initiation, or an overextension by that Mina, and now Velheim is running for his life. It is 10 kills to 7, 4 towers, 3 dragons for this blue team, 1 tower, 1 dragon for this red team. So this red team, if we take a look at the gold, we can see that it has been nothing but blue, dipping down just a little when they got the dragon, but that has been it. This blue team has been in full control of this game. It is a 2K gold difference at this point. Definitely something that they can come back from, especially if they take out the Zephys. The Zephys has been going ham with those kills. That will get them an influx of money. And that's exactly what they need to get back into this. So red team now initiating, doing a great job. And just as we were saying that, it looks like Zephys is very low, but they did take out Ignis during that whole scuffle. Roxy is back up on top, and you can see, look at them scatter. They really want to get these lanes pushed in their favor as opposed to pushing down the mid tower with 1 hero down. So the dragon is killed. Finally, it was in a really weird spot, so no surprise there. Not near a tower at all, so just a pretty bad position for that dragon. Mina very close to the entire enemy team. And all 5 heroes now for this red team are in mid. We are waiting for this action to kick off, and I'm sure that it will. I gotta say, Wukong doing a great job making sure that no heroes are coming up behind this team. They know where most of the heroes are, but look at this Mina. Mina very close to this team and could flicker in and get most of these heroes. Does get 2 of them. Ignis was able to follow up with the ult and melts Gilder before he's able to do anything. Wukong trying to get that Velheim, not able to land it. Jumps in and does not get the Zephys. Zephys now using his heal, getting healed back up, and is going to be back on his way. That would have been such a big pickup for that Wukong. That would have got Wukong really fed, and also this red team back into this game. You can see that Wukong really wants to get that Zephys kill, get that extra money, but just not able to execute onto it. He knows that he is down at this point. He is 4. He's died 3 times. That's 3 is the most that any one hero has died, so he needs to be very careful before he is the low man on the totem pole in that stat. Zephys is backing off with Half-Life. Monkey might be able to see him, but just not able to get there quick enough. Abyssal Dragon is back up, the Enraged Abyssal Dragon. So red team could see this and want to initiate onto this. Blue team obviously sees that this is happening. very close to this dragon. And they were able to see Monkey over on that side, so looks like they're going to choose to just reset it at this point. And, actually, Pura does get initiated on and gets completely destroyed before she is able to throw out her ult. She died with her ult in her hand. It is almost better to be safe and sorry than that, especially if you're playing a Pura who is just so squishy at that point. We have not seen a Gilder ult this game other than that Mina that was in the middle, a solo kill. I would like to see a Gilder hit at least 2 people with his ult, but we just have yet to see it. All right, action's picking up, and we are watching as Zephys is trying to solo the enraged Bissell Dragon and has little to no help. Oh, Monkey actually does see that they are doing that because the Mina hooked the blue buff, so that might have been a misplay. This looks like Wukong is going to attempt to try to go for this, but he has backed off. I really don't know what he was doing. He really could have attempted it, but instead gives the enraged Abyssal Dragon to this blue team. Blue team now going in onto Monkey, and the Monkey Man is going to die to the Zephys. Zephys again, so strong. 6-1. Getting kill after kill. They are going to back off and potentially meet up with their teammate up on top to try to push that next tower. This blue team is just bleeding this the TZN right now with objective after objective. Ooh, Zelph did a great job there. Actually jumped in, was able to land all of his abilities, and was able to take out the Ignis. Ignis very, very squishy in most games and was able to just completely kill him without any issues. All right, we got an initiation. Or I'm sorry, we got some spells that went off to that Mina, which caused Mina to have to back off. Darkslayer is up, and this red team has to know that they need this Darkslayer. They are 6k gold down right now, and they need a win at this point. All right, we got some initiations. We got some back and forth. But this next fight, if the blue team wins, will end the game. And this red team has to know that. And look at this, an initiation onto Yorn, down on bottom. And look at that, Zephys finally able to take out the Yorn, but sacrificed his life, which is not a good thing. Because, again, he was 6-1. You can see the gold difference already. The red team now initiating onto Mina. This is exactly what the red team needed, was for that Zephys to get taken out. And now they are cleaning up kill after kill. And is again, look, they're finally seeing this Roxy. Roxy running for her life. She's going to be able to get out of that, luckily. But look at the gold difference. That was 2 kills, nothing else. And look at the jump and gold that's switching over to the red team. That's just 2 kills right there. Such a huge swing. And now, but this is going to be the Darkslayer for the red team. And this is the exact moment that they need. Zephys really could have possibly thrown the game there, and without even knowing it. It's so important that you stay alive into this late game. You just have no room for a mistake when it's almost 20 minutes into the game, and Zephys coming back very strong, able to take out the Wukong. So Zephys back. The red team is going to have to back up here, and actually look at that. Yorn able to take out Valheim with no issue. Look at that, next to full life. And oh my gosh, the Gilder was the person who did kill Zephys. Had so much money. Now look at the damage that's coming out from these two. While all that's going on, down on bottom, Roxy was actually taken out, and the dragon is spawned. And now look at this, Zephys and Mina are the lone 2 right now to be able to defend this tower. Getting shredded by Zelph. Zelph doing a great job, throwing out those abilities as best he can. Goes in, dives in for the tower. Mina throwing out her ult, but just gets shredded. And now look at this, the red team, the blue team, Ignis gets killed. Roxy's gonna get killed as well. Zephys is the only person up, and what turned out to be a complete slaughter for TZN. TZN is able to pull it off. If you look at the gold charts, look at that. The blue team was in the complete win scenario, and one wrong death really started the momentum that Red ended up running with, and they end up winning the game. So just a little overextension there. Even though was able to kill the Yorn, which was an important target, really was the beginning of what the beginning of the end. That giving up that kill, then Mina dying, and then Darkslayer. It was just a domino effect as soon as Zephys was killed. So great jobs all around. Great game. All right, so we will be getting into our next game, so just give me just a moment to set that up and get the codes out. Appreciate you guys again for hanging out, watching, being awesome, the follows, everything. Appreciate you guys. So give me just a moment here. Wow. Gilder really was able to start to come back. Once he got that gold, once he got that gold, he was able to do quite a bit of damage. Nips, we can talk about it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll message off stream. We'll figure it out. Actually got quite a bit of buff. Yeah, I wasn't able to read through a lot of the patch notes. I think we got about maybe a third through. But yeah, we're still working on it. What's game number? What is it? I messaged it to private already. You guys should have it here in a second. Roxy was a non-factor. I think she did good. She kept pressure up, which is what she needed to keep the team away from a lot at the beginning, which really helped her team in the beginning. But we didn't get to see her be the ridiculous tank, and I don't know why. I didn't look at the items, which I should have, but yeah. The comeback was real. Yeah, like no reason should they have been able to win that, and so crazy. So crazy. So who won? TZN won that one. Team Supreme were in the lead. I would say 80 to 90. No, probably 90% of that game. And it wasn't until the very end when they took the lead. Great game. So we are in the game. We are ready to go. And we are just waiting for the ready checks. We're waiting for Alright, they're both ready. Alright, game is starting. So again, TZN, the TheZelphNation won that. They were the red team before. We will be switching sides. They will now be the blue side. Team Supreme will now be the red side. Team Supreme need to win this, or else the TheZelphNation will run away with the set of games. So, with that being said, let's get into it. All right, so we got again Team Supreme on this red team and TheZelphNation on the blue team. TheZelphNation did just take that last game with a surprising victory towards the end. Really, the gold was completely in the other team's favor, but they were able to overcome it, get a great pick off of, and a great Darkslayer, and then we're ready to throw it. We're able to run down the court with it, which is awesome. So we got Chugnar being banned out. We got Marja being banned out. Groot as well being banned. We have Arum and Creshed for the red team, and now it is the red team's turn to ban. Valheim is a solid pick, I would have to say. Valheim is a pretty solid ban. Ignis being picked up for Zelf himself. So we haven't seen Ignis be the crazy powerhouse that I was expecting to see, but maybe this game we will see it. He has been definitely good at damage, but not as as ridiculous as I thought it was going to be. All right, so we got Omen being picked up and Annette. Annette is a pretty solid support. I really do enjoy her gameplay. Very, I would say, more of a higher skill champ hero, especially with her stun and her ult are very different, unique abilities. They definitely need a little bit of finesse in order to land them correctly, is what I'm trying to say. So that would be awesome to watch. Mina getting picked up as well as Malik. So Mina is one of the best supports in the game, so it's great to see her in the game. And it looks like we're going to get to see the Mr. Gilder himself again, Kali. So they do have 2 mages, so it looks like Ignis is going to be in one of the side lanes possibly. And look at the magic damage on this blue team. Wow, that's a lot of magic damage. So going very magic damage heavy, going with the Gilder stun as well as the Mina stun, and also the Malik stun. So this blue team has all stuns, and then they have Ignis who can throw down the damage as well as the Kali, and that combo together will completely destroy a team. So if they can land that, that's going to be huge. I'm going to really like to see that, but it looks like Kali is actually going to jungle. So this is a move I have never seen, and I can't wait to watch. So if we look over at the red team, we got Slims being picked up for the jungle, and it looks like Liliana is going to be their mid hero, and Tara is going to be facing off against that Malik. All right, so picks are out, and the game is going to start. So Kali jungle, man, I don't know what to think about this. I really don't know what to think about this. It's very unique. Very, very, very unique. So maybe, yeah, I don't know how that's going to work. I've yet to ever see it, but you can see that Nutter has a lot of games on Kali, so we should expect a lot of, he's definitely comfortable. He knows what he's doing, so I would expect that he knows how to jungle with her, so this could be a very interesting game. So with that being said, let's get going. So again, TZN did win the first game. This is game number 2, so Team Supreme need to win this in order to go to a game 3. Otherwise, TZN will take it. We got Mina actually running into the mid, seeing all 3 heroes. So great eyes to get some idea of where the rest of the team is. They know that they're not invading, and Mina can kind of roam freely at this point now. Kali doing her thing, able to throw down her AoE ability and pick up the blue buff. Now has the shield, which is great. Annette getting initiated on by Creamy, but is choosing to back off. So Annette is babysitting this mid at this point, making sure that nothing crazy goes down. And just as she walks away, Mina trying to throw out the initiate. Annette going down on bottom to throw some damage out to Gilder. And oh, that stun barely missing. Running straight into Mina. Tara actually very low for where she wants to be at this point. Is level 2, does not have the heal ability that she is known and used later on in the games. So she's going to have to play very careful. Look at this, Ignis coming down. This should be a kill for sure. Get initiated on, and Annette doing a great job casting those spells and using the heal. It was able to heal through her spell cast. If you don't know what she does, every time she casts a spell, she gets a buff, and when that buff reaches 10, the next cast that she does will heal everyone around her. So that heal literally saved her life. So if we look at items, we can see that Kali is rocking I believe that's just the level 1 jungle item. So not really choosing to pick up a jungle item at this point, which I would say is probably a mistake, but here we go. Oh, and it looks like Kali was initiated on, but that is a net that is gonna be taking most of that damage. But Kali and everyone else got stunned by quite a bit there. This is a risky play for this blue team. TZN wants this dragon really bad, especially after getting that first kill, and they are trying for it. And it looks like Kali is going to go more of that attack damage route, which is awesome to see, and picks up that dragon with next to no issues. All right. Annette did end up dying there, and it looks like Ignis was the person that did get that kill, so he is going to be off to a great start as far as items that are considered. Does not have boots yet, which is interesting. Very interesting. So yes, Annette can stack her ability up to 15, but once it's over 10 is when it heals. All right, so now we are waiting for the game to start back up. And so there must have been a little bit of a DC. It looks like everyone is moving. I don't see anyone that's possibly AFK. It looks like everyone's pretty good to go. We'll check down on bottom. Ooh, Gilder doing a great job. Tara did get her ability off, and look at that. Gilder doing a great job. An amazing job against Tara. Tara should have been able to get out of that situation, but really thought that her ult was going to heal her a lot more. Really got a little overzealous at that point. All right, so Nutter picking up that jungle item, which is exactly what he needed to. He bought it a little out of order, but that's fine. He is ripping and raring to go. I want to see this kind of damage, and it's got to be something fierce, especially with that Pierce. If he's able to stay alive in a team fight, this is going to be insane. It's going to be insane, the damage that he puts out, because if you have, look at that. Each swing is something else, and Tara just gets melted. Luckily is alive, but look at the damage that she's got throwing out those abilities. And the stun comes out from Annette, stunning 2 people. But again, she is just going to fall. But, oh, a great use of her ult. Great use of her ult. Was able to get out of that. Such a bad situation. So no kill for bottom. Zelph was taken out on that Ignis at one point. And we did not get to see that. All right, Gilder and Tara both going in on each other. Let's take a look up at top, and it looks like that's just a little slap fest, nothing too major. And Tara is possibly going to get taken out here, but oh, the turnaround from the team comes in to save the day. So a great use of the teams rotating down there, and this is going to be a dragon for this red team. This red team really needed that. Let's go up to top and take a look, and just as we're getting there, Malik finishing off Omen. So Omen is taken out, and that is Omen is now 1 and 2.